What is the naughtiest kid you've ever faced over these years? Naughtiest.
Well, all children have a little bit of naughtiness in them. Children I ask will come up to me and they'll say, Santa, am I been naughty or am I good? And I'll say, well, I know that every child has good days and bad days. Okay. The object is to have more good days than bad days. So you have a better level on the scale and everything. So all children, I think, deep down are good. You know, they get into a little mischief once in a while. I kid around sometimes. Again, depending on how old you are, you probably will get this joke. But one child can be creative. Two children get very creative. Three children together, and one of them turns into Eddie Haskell. Or if not Eddie Haskell, Beetlejuice. In other words, the kids challenge each other and get into mischief.
Yes. Very, very common with that. So
now you said you have children, right?
I do. I have an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
And I can go to that 7-year-old and say to the 7-year-old, you're not getting into your older, is it brother or sister?
Brother, two older brothers.
Okay. You're not getting into your older brother's stuff, are you? And that 7-year-old will sit there sheepishly, kind of like, oh, yeah, I do. And the older one will say, yeah, he's always getting into my stuff, And I can then look at the 8-year-old and say, don't get mad. Your little brother's just curious, just likes to look at your stuff. I mean, you're curious too. Sometimes you sneak in and look into daddy's stuff, don't you? And the 8-year-old will probably get big eyes and go, how did Santa know?
Classic. So, I looked at a couple of statistics I pulled out, which I thought it was pretty interesting. Each Christmas, 3 billion Christmas cards are sent in U.S. alone. Okay. Another one is, according to data analyzed from Facebook posts, 2 weeks before Christmas is one of the two most popular times for couples to break up. However, Christmas Day is the least favorite day for breakups, okay, which I thought was pretty interesting. According to Guinness Book of World Records, the tallest Christmas tree ever cut was a 221-foot Douglas fir that was displayed in 1950 at the Northgate Shopping Center in Seattle, Washington. 221-foot Christmas tree. That's a good-sized Christmas tree. Christmas trees have been sold in U.S. since 1850s. And then you talked about the first time it was called Santa Claus in a print was 1860. Coca-Cola created the modern-day Mr. Claus. And the department store Santa is a 120-year-old tradition. And the age where most kids flip and they no longer believe in Santa is 8 years old. What is the oldest person you met in your life that still believed in Santa Claus?
I met a lovely lady who was 102 at a rest home, a convalescent home. In fact, she was very spry. She still walked around and everything. And she gave me a big, and she believed, oh, yes, she wanted to go out on a date. It's always fun to meet people who believe. I've asked often, why is this whole thing Santa going on? You mentioned Coca-Cola. In the 1930s, they made someone's illustration of Santa Claus. And Santa had been used in marketing and advertising for many years. And so some people say, well, Coca-Cola created the modern day Santa. Well, it evolved before that. But the reason Santa exists and continues to exist is because of the parents and the grandparents and everything that they do for their children and for others. This has been going on for 17 centuries. 17 centuries since St. Nicholas went around and gave away his wealth to help others. And other people followed in his habit, his custom of doing something for their kids, doing something for others. And it's because we seem to get an enjoyment out of doing something for others. And we do it for our children, and we love doing it. And that feeling that we get is so good, we want to do it again. So we repeat it. And look what's happened.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, the feeling of giving is a priceless feeling. And Christmas, there's nothing like it when everybody comes together. You're almost forced to do it. We like to do it, period. But Christmas is like a mandatory time. So for someone like you, are you married? Have you been married? Do you have kids?
Yes, I've been married almost 35 years. We have a a lovely daughter. We have a 1.5-year-old grandbaby, and they live near us here. And so I get that enjoyment. In fact, the one child I got to hold for a Christmas photo is my granddaughter.
Wow.
And it's, the rest of the kids, it's all social distance. Sometimes we have a sign. Here's Santa. Here's the family. There's 6 feet in between, and the sign says, "I'm 6 feet from Santa. This is as close as I'll get to the nice list."
Wow, I like that. That's funny. You got to find a way to get creative. So, how is it being married to Santa, or having a dad as Santa, or even a grandpa as Santa?
Well, I don't think my granddaughter knows yet what's going on. She's only a year and a half.
Yeah.
My daughter has enjoyed it. I've actually, as part of my Santa school, I've actually had a dozen cruises. We've gone on Princess cruises a dozen times with anywhere from 20 to 40 couples, all Santas and Mrs. Claus. And my daughter's gone with us. So she's experienced hanging around with the Santas and things like that. And so it's been very, very enjoyable.
How did you and your wife meet? Did you guys meet when you were dressed as Santa, or no?
Oh, well, when you have a little beard like this and all the white hair to go with it, why, of course, the thing is that you're Santa year round, 24/7,
You're
365.
legit.
And so sometimes you don't always need the red suit. You can, people will see this curly mustache and they see this beard, and
The beard
immediately
is
they're,
that's your real beard. That's your beard. Is that your real beard, right? You have on? That's yours. That's not
oh, this is,
no additions here.
oh, this is all real. That's what the little old ladies like to pull on.